The ML Sports Platter back with you, brought to you by Bryant and Stratton College for every and in life. We are also supported by Empower Federal Credit Union and our terrific friend Brian Comboy of Mass Mutual New York State. Head to the Facebook page. Check him out on the Mass Mutual website, Tax Efficient Retirement Planning with Brian Comboy of Mass Mutual New York State. You can also download and subscribe to this very podcast. Leave some feedback and a 5-star review all over the major platforms like Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Also available on the Stitcher platform, the Podbean app, YouTube, and Tumblr. So, look, the vibes are going. The next man up theory is going. This so far has been an extremely exciting season for the New York Yankees. They have overcome so many injuries at this point, you really don't know where to start. As we record this shortly after 8 a.m. on Friday, August 9th, the New York Yankees are in first place. The AL East is seemingly over. I just can't see Tampa or Boston at this point coming back. I know back in 78, the Red Sox blew a huge lead to the Yankees. I just don't see it happening. I don't think Tampa has enough offense to get back into it. And I frankly don't think they're good enough, honestly. And when you look at Boston, they're just not having, a type of season that would warrant, them getting back into winning the AL East. Now, look, I think that there's still a major chance that Boston could get a wild card. There's still a lot of time left. There's still a lot of talent, but they're down 16 games to the Yankees on August 9th. I just don't think the American League East at this particular point is an option. Now, I want to get into what makes me nervous. And I know what people are going to think and say, people who follow my videos, people who follow my tweets, people who are, followers of PinstripePassion.com. Oh, here we go. Mike's being negative again. No, I'm not being negative at all. I am a big believer in the big difference between reality and negativity. I think when you criticize certain things or break things down, a lot of times things are in front of you. You say them, but fans will always go, oh, he hates us. No. That's where Jay Billis gets criticized by Syracuse fans. I remember when I was hosting radio in Central New York, and there would be people who actually called and thought that Jay Billis was an anti-Syracuse color commentator, which could be nothing further from the truth. Nothing could be more false than that. Jay Billis might make a comment of a certain play, and all he's doing is telling it right like it is in front of your faces while you're watching ESPN or ABC, whatever the case may be. And the fact that you don't realize that because you let everything and anything, go by the wayside because your fandom takes over. Well, that's a you problem, that's bottom line is that's your fault, And so I think people need to understand, how that goes. I think that they need to understand that people in the business, there is a neutral part to it and all that. And that's all I am. I'm trying to be objective most of the time. I'm trying to be subjective a little bit of the time because I now, with the podcasting thing, I think my fandom comes out a lot more, especially with, the Yankees and St. Bonaventure and the Bills and Sabres. I don't think it does as much with Syracuse because, frankly, I've covered the team. I've covered Syracuse sports more than probably anything out there. And you have a different perception of things when you're covering the teams every single day and you're doing talk radio and you're writing about them and, you're dealing with different things in terms of, inside the walls. It's just different. It's like Sal Mayorano always says of the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle. He has an AL team and an NL team, the Yankees and Cubs, and because he follows the Bills so diligently for the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle, he allows his baseball, part to make him the fan, to allow him to be a fan, which we don't really get the opportunity to do much of. So I just want to get that out there, that this is, me talking and saying that there's a worry about a team. Like, I got crucified by my friends the other day on a group text message about the Bills. And I said, I really like the team overall. I'm concerned about the offensive line because currently they're really, really banged up and they have a lot of new faces in new places. And you don't know if certain guys are going to play the left or the right. They might switch people in and around tackle and guard and vice versa. And it's hilarious because my friends come back at me and go, oh, hey, Mike Rodak, because they assume that Mike Rodak was always wicked negative too and how he perceived the Buffalo Bills in his coverage. And they just came at me with, oh, you're negative and this and that. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not even an opinion. It's a fact. An opinion would be the Bills' offensive line is not going to be able to do really good things this year because there's too many new guys, okay? That's an opinion. A fact is they have Mitch Morse out with another concussion, and they have guys in different places, and they're trying to figure out where to put them. That's a fact. There's no other way to say it. I mean, there's no opinion that you can throw inside that factual information. So I just wanted to kind of get that out there, that this, short podcast on the Yankees and what I see right now, regular season versus playoffs, it's just a perception and it's reality, not, negativity. And look, I know how this season's been special. I watch every game. I mean, I had an event last night and I still stream the game on my phone at the place, okay? Yankees 10.5 games up on Tampa Bay right now. They're 76-39. And, no matter who's been in there, whether it's been Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez, Gleyber Torres, Didi Gregorius, Austin Romine, Luke Voigt, Mike Ford, Mike Talkman, Cam Maben, Gio Urshela, DJ LeMahieu, Brett Gardner, whoever's been in there, okay, it's worked. Everybody has picked each other up and done their thing. Kyle Higashioka, I mean, you got to be kidding me with those three guys from Scranton in terms of Kyle Higashioka, Mike Ford, and Mike Talkman for sure. And it's been a next man up theory. It's been fun to watch. There's a team aspect to it. Aaron Boone seems to be relishing in this. It's another reason. It's just one more layer to why they never needed Giancarlo Stanton. It's the stupidest move ever. I finally thought 2 years ago that they had figured shit out. They made it to the ALCS. They arrived a little bit early. All the young guys were coming together. It was a Gleyber Torres, Miguel Andujar, Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez type of group. You were hoping Severino could become the ace. You were hoping guys like Dellin Betances would be there for the long haul, and then they go out and get Stanton. Stupidest fucking move ever. Now, here's what worries me about the Yankees currently. Yeah, I know it's a lot of fun to score a ton of runs. I know it's fun in Baltimore when every time you look up, Mike Ford is hitting one, Talkman's hitting one, or Urshela's hitting a couple, right? I realize that it's really, really fun to watch that. I do. Home runs and runs scored, it is a blast. No question. It's absolutely a blast to watch, no doubt. But the Yankees are winning games 12-6, 10-4, on and on it goes, right? Like last night, they're up 8-0. You blink and it's 8-4 because, starting pitching got him again, right? And I'm sitting here trying to tell you that while all this is really, really fun, right? The year's been fun. They're going to win the division for the first time since 2012, which is hard to believe, by the way. I just think that it's one of those things where the postseason, you might win a game here and there 12-6. You might win 9-5 in the postseason. That's fine. But you're not going to win every game 9-5, 12-6, 10-8, 12-10, 9-8, 8-6. You're not going to win games in the postseason every single time like that. And here's why. The starting pitching is much, much better. And I'm just concerned that if the Yankees do get Giancarlo Stanton back, and if the Yankees do get Aaron Hicks back, I'm not saying that those two will completely dominate the lineup in terms of their style of play, which I don't like either of their style of play. They're too boom and bust. They're too streaky. Hicks plays a great defensive center field. That's about all I like about him. Stanton, I like nothing about him. And he just roadblocks everybody. Now, granted, the only thing that could happen here is that he doesn't roadblock guys because of the injuries to both Luke Voit and Edwin Encarnacion, which would force you to then probably DH Stanton, and then you can still play your regular better fielders out there. If everybody were healthy and Edwin Encarnacion was there, and, you'd have some kind of a logjam there, although I suppose Mike Ford, wouldn't be up. But you get the point. Edwin might have to play at first base and then Stanton and left, and then you're taking away maybe the gritty Brett Gardner at the bottom back end of the lineup at number 9. You got to play him a ton and tax him a ton, and then he wears down at the end of August, September, October. He's going to be cooked. That kind of a thing. But now you have injuries, and I don't think Edwin Encarnacion's coming back, and I don't think Luke Voigt's coming back. You have injuries to those two guys, so maybe you go, okay, Stanton can DH, and then we'll play first base. We'll rotate around, with the likes of DJ LeMahieu and whomever else. We can get by with Stanton not being the guy that we have to hit a 2-run homer every game in order to win, right? I'm just concerned that this team is not going to be a postseason juggernaut because they're winning in regular season ways. Now, look, they have won games with less runs. They have this year complemented balanced hitting, timely hitting, runners in scoring position hitting. They've really hit in all walks of life here. The home runs have complemented that style, which is fine. It's fine. I'm all right with home runs as long as you're not reliant on them all the time. I'm totally cool with that. But, if you hit home runs all the time and you are relying on home runs all the time, that is a major, major problem for me. They're not doing that. And I'm hoping that it continues as a Yankee fan. I'm hoping that it continues into October. What I don't want to see is the New York Yankees getting into a position where you have 2 on, 2 out, second and third, and Stanton is up, and let's say it's a tie game in the 7th inning. Well, look, all you need there, or let's say 1 out, right? All you technically need there with what should be the superior bullpen to any team in Major League Baseball, by the way. If the Yankees perform well with their bullpen, their bullpen's the best in the game, and it'll be the best in the postseason, which is a huge, huge, huge X factor, and it's a huge, huge, huge part of how you get to a World Series, how you win a World Series, how you have playoff success. You need the lead late in the game. 6, 7, 8, 9 inning, 9th innings, you need the lead. So if you're in the 7th inning and you've got 1 out with 2nd and 3rd on, the goal is to get one of those guys home, if not both of those guys home, and continue to shuttle guys in to the game from the bullpen to dominate so that you can get perhaps Chad Green into the game if he wasn't a starter that day or the day before. You can get, other guys in, and then Chapman can close the door. So I'm just concerned that maybe this team isn't a postseason team. We'll see, but it should be fun. Timely hitting, pitching, bullpen. Mike Lindsley here, ML Sports Platter, brought to you by Empower Federal Credit Union. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.